this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for making the effort to attend our event. Our event is designed to foster camaraderie, fellowship, and a great relation between not only hunters, but all stakeholders who are involved in this honorable sport.
First of all, this is a confirmation show. This is not demonstrating the ability of your hound performing. Hunting, I am referring to. We are looking at the confirmation of the dog.
So we're here with Mr. Ghani. Mr. Ghani, could you tell me what's part of the judging program or the criteria that's happening today for the StPatrick event?
What we look for as a judge, we judge the dogs based on the standard of the breed. Like they have several breeds that's going to be here. So what we do is we look at the dog compared to the standard, and then we also compare to each other in the ring before we decide on choosing our winners. So basically, the dogs are judged on their conformation. The head type, the shoulder placement, top line, rear angulation, and of course the movement in the ring.
Okay, is temperament part of it as well?
Sorry?
The dog temperament, is it part of it as well?
Yes, temperament plays a very important part. However, to assess the temperament in the ring, it means how the dog would respond to the judge. But other than that, these are all hounds, so they have a different temperament compared to some of the working breeds, for instance.
Yeah, so I'm moving around. I found a lot of the dogs have really nice temperaments. They're not aggressive, they really calm.
But a hound is not supposed to be aggressive towards people, because their job is really to hunt prey, not as a guard dog towards people on the whole.
So what is the categories to say this is a hound dog? What in terms of what? Ears, lips?
A hound, you normally describe a hound with long ears, a strong muzzle. Yeah. They normally either brown and white, black and white, or you get a tricolor. They have a very slim, long tail, and they built it differently. They have a very short coat as well. Yeah. And they pick a hound by the ears. They have very long, wide ears. Yeah. And the placement, the color as well.
I realize a lot of the dogs doing this kind of howling, kind of growling, kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that is their job, Yeah. When they're hunting, they howl. They howl. Yeah. And when they pen their prey, they do a sort of a yodel to acknowledge to the owner, well listen, we have penned the animal here, whatsoever that animal is. So they do that type of yodeling sort of noise. A hound song then.
Hound song,
a hound song.
So how important it is to have activities like this to give this kind of public awareness in terms of dogs and the hound dogs and the society and StPatrick on the whole?
Well, they have various associations. Yeah. However, to bring the awareness to the hunters, they put on these events. They refer to it as a hound walk, where they try to bring everybody together to display their dogs in the ring. Yeah. I mean, it's a sport, so you enjoy the camaraderie of all the various clubs coming together and displaying their dogs in the ring.
So how you personally get involved in terms of hound dogs and hunting and that stuff? You personally, how did you get involved in things?
Well, I am an accredited judge, and I do championship shows, not just hounds. I do all the other breeds as well. So they have asked me to judge their shows consecutively for the past 15 years. I've been judging all the hound shows.
Okay, so we're just here with Mr. Ghani. He just gave us a little update as to what's the activities for today. I just want to congratulate him, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that was Mr. Ghani, and continuing with the show is about to start just now. He just gave us some of the criteria in terms of judging. So let me see how everything goes.
Any questions you may have, I will try to answer them. But I will try to explain that when you take your dog into the ring, you keep your dog on the left-hand side, and you go around the ring at a nice slow trot, and you follow the instructions of the judge.
Hi, good day. So we went?
Dudley Beard.
Okay, so tell me the group, your group from, which group you're from?
Well, I'm from Shogunans. The Yatang Patang group.
The Yatang Patang
group, yeah, correct, right.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your dog. What kind of dog is this?
Well, this is really a blue tick and red tick mix. Emo come out looking like a red tick in between. Yeah, so it's a crossbreed really, blue tick and red tick.
So is this the first time you at a StPatrick event?
Yeah, first time.
So what make you come out to the event today?
My friends, and I'm up there.
Okay. So your dog has really good behavior. What it takes to have a dog to be in this kind of condition and to be like this?
Well, for me, these dogs that have is not dogs.
Yeah.
These family, they're maturing on them. I have 29 of them.
29 dogs to say. Wow. How much time in your day takes up to see about these dogs?
In the morning hour and in the evening hour.
29, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, I only have 2 and there'll be plenty pressure for me.
Nah, no pressure because these what I love to do. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't lime.
Okay, so your dog has really nice behavior compared to the other dogs on the ground. He's quiet, he's behaving himself.
Yeah.
The dogs disturbing neighbors, what's it about having
Well, you see, I have 29 dogs and I have neighbors side by side of me and it have no problem because the only time you go hear my dogs on them is when a stranger come in the yard or if they see something. You understand? Or a dog or strange, any strange thing. You understand? But in the night time, no problem. If they see a lizard, they go back into the daytime or any stranger. But in the night time, no problem. The only time you go hear them is when feeding. And when I feed in, and I tell my dog and them hush them out, everybody hush up and wait the turn to feed.
Well behaved, well disciplined.
Yeah. So I have them because I live in around neighbors. You understand? And 29, I only big dogs I tell you about. They may tell you about puppies. Right now I have about 19 puppies. And 5 females full.
So where you get this love for these dogs and this passion for it?
Well, in the whole family, my parents and them asked me where I get this from, but it just wasn't me, and I like doing this. My father forced me to play cricket, but I didn't like cricket. I love hunting, fishing, you understand? So I just continue from small since I have about 8-9 years hunting, breeding dogs.
So this dog is a hunter, he hunts?
Yeah, this is one of the best.
So what kind of game he hunts for?
He only hunts lap and hog in the daytime.
So what is his name?
Zorro, the mighty Zorro.
Zorro. So how old is he though?
Zorro, I'm about 3.5 years.
3.5 years, wow. So, but he's an experienced hunter.
Experienced A-class hog and lap dog.
Okay.
More hog.
So it's nice meeting you. Just tell me the name again.
Dudley.
Dudley. Nice to meet you, Dudley.
Yeah, man. The Yatang Patang group.
The Yatang Patang group. So we just had a conversation with Dudley and hopefully he plays in the categories in today. He's one of the first set of people we're talking to. Let me move on and talk to the rest. So hi, good day, we with? What's the name?
Shazad.
Shazad, what's the name of the group you're associated with?
Unstoppables Hunting Academy.
So what make you come out to this event here today?
Well, we have the Hounds and them, and it'll be a nice thing to come out and give them a little walk and thing, and that's breeze out because they're the sports we like. So we just come and breeze the day. And
how much dogs you have and the types of breeds here?
Well, I have Foxhound, I have Beetles, I have Grey 4, I have different mix of breed. Yeah, I have 14 dogs in all.
So how you get into hunting and acquiring these dogs? What make you get the passion for these dogs?
Well, when I was young growing up, I had a older guy in the village and he carried me. And after that, I just had to fall in love with it and I get to like it, and from then to now I'm doing it.
How is this kind of association with guys with hunting and this kind of brotherhood? How could this help youths and get youths out of crime and this kind of thing and bring this kind of community?
Well, first to begin, you have to be the right company and genuine people around.
So you as a youth man, to have people younger than you coming into this and seeing you and admiring you and things. So what's some of the things you would tell a young guy coming into this kind of hunting group and these kind of groups? So what should he do if he wants to join or to be a part of a group like this?
Well, first to begin, you have to associate yourself with the correct set of people, and it's a nice place to be in.
So what do you think are the chances in terms of winning a trophy or placing in any of the categories?
Well, first to begin, we really come out here to to really win anything. We just come out here for for the passion and the lime, and if we win our place, we win our place. But we really come out here to fight it to win anything. We just come to support and do the sports we like. So we come out here to support the sports that we like. But if we want to be going further into the sports, you have to be doing something. You can't just sit down home and say, well, you like hunting and you're not out here.
So nice meeting you, Shazad. Nice meeting you and your group.
Yeah.
Good luck in the competition today, and you have a nice set of dogs.
Yeah. Okay,
thanks. Yeah, man. Tell me your name.
Hi, my name is Yasin Baksh. I am the Field Operations Coordinator for the National Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program.
How important it is for you guys to collaborate with initiatives like this?
Well, this collaboration is a part of our mandate of the program, where we would collaborate with entities such as StPatrick's Hunters Group or any Hunters Group, in fact, and give back plants, towards the community. They could utilize it by their homes, they could utilize it by their camps, wherever. But our mandate is community-based, and we are always in favor of giving back to the community, mostly plants.
So these trees are for sale or these are for donation?
Donation.
Okay. So in terms of the StPatrick's group, they have a long history. How has the long history between the StPatrick's group and the reforestation program? How has that been with you guys?
It has been a wonderful relationship thus far, and I think that we will continue to pursue any events that they have hunting and be a part of it to give out plants.
How important it is to preserve the forest reserves and to preserve the natural nature in Trinidad and Tobago?
As being a hunter, forest means everything to us, and we need to preserve it not only for its wildlife, its fauna and flora, but also the benefits it does for the country at large. We see recently with all this floodings, forests it will aid in stopping erosion and surface runoff that leads to erosion, to flooding, and so forest is a key part of the country itself, and we need to preserve it.
So we are here with Yasim. Yasim just spoke to us about the National Reforestation Program, and we're just moving around, meeting the different groups, and let's see what it has to offer here at the StPatrick's grounds.
We have to stick together, promote what we do, attract sponsors, and move forward. We are depending on the younger generation of hunters to take hunting forward.
Yeah, we're here with the StPatrick's group today. They're having their hound dog show today. A lot of guys here with their dogs, a lot of different breeds, beagles, hound dogs, a lot of you can see the trophies in the background. A lot of trophies here. So these guys raring to go. The show is about to start in a few. So let's see what this hound dog about.
Go around here, and the truck, go ahead and pass the truck.
So we're here with Valance. Valance, tell me the name of your group and what is today's activity all about?
Well, I am the leader of Hunters Search and Rescue Team, which comprises a lot of hunters. And this activity today is an important one because what we're witnessing in the hunting fraternity is what you call a general change taking place. And the change is really generational. For the first time, you're seeing families coming out, women, children. We have a new breed of young hunters. They get their jerseys organized. They have their hunting groups. And we want to encourage this so that the sport could continue. And we have the senior ones, like myself. We continue to support and guide them, make sure they obey the rules of hunting, make sure that they help with conservation of the environment so that wildlife forever has food and that we have a good stock of wildlife, especially the game species in our forest.
So how would you encourage young people to get involved in joining a hunting group or just being involved in these kind of groups and activities?
Well, certainly there are groups where you could join in your communities. Hunting is really a rural sport as opposed to it being urban. So you find it's along the north Trinidad, the northern range, northeast Trinidad, southeast Moruga, and down in StPatrick. And so we ask you to join these groups. There are hunters willing to teach you. You could go out and learn to hunt, learn to camp, learn to spend a night out, get some chores done in camp, help with cooking, and eventually they will take you out into the fields with the dogs and train you. So it takes about 6 to 8 years for you to become a good hunter.
Okay. So the Rangers came.
Yeah.
So I just want to congratulate your team for coming and supporting the StPatrick's group and the wonderful activities you guys do, and that's helping out Trinidad and Tobago, and that's for the general public. Just to thank you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's much appreciated.
Yes, Valance. All right, no problem.
StPatrick Hunters Group at this event is having some Father's Day giveaways. There will be a young lady going around with a container that has some numbers on it. It is free. Please feel free to assist her by choosing a number, and hopefully you will be one of the many fathers who will be. Again, please accommodate her, be cordial, be courteous, be respectful, and choose your number, and hopefully you will win one of those prizes that we have.
Down and back.
Thank you.
All right, go around the ring, go around twice. How old?
10 months.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, straight down and back.
Right.
Hunters, StPatrick Hunters Group, Father's Day giveaway. Remember the next category up for judging.
Go around and stop behind the last dog.
Alright, so you remember
How old?
1 year. 3 giveaways down there.
So good day, we're here with Blonda. Blonda, tell me a little bit more about your group and how are you supporting this StPatrick initiative today?
Okay, so my group is Topland Association. We came out today to support StPatrick Hunters Association because we strongly believe that we need to unite going forward with all different groups, right? So it's not a matter of they having a show and we're not attending, or they having a show and vice versa, right? So
just bringing in the community
support to them because it's all about the hunting fraternity. It's not about group, right? So that's why we're here today.
The hunters community and just showing our love and support.
Yeah.
So how you get into the hunting, you as a person?
Well, like hunting was in my blood. I just get to like the camping and the whole atmosphere about going out there and just making a kill, hearing good dogs chase, the camaraderie after in camp and that kind of thing. Yeah.
So which zone Top Gun is from?
We're from the Barco area. Our association is more basically on that side.
So if a youth man from the area or somebody that's want to come and join the Top Gun group, how they could get into contact with you guys to come and join the group?
They could get to any one of our executive members. They will add them. Right, as simple as that. They could be from whatever part of Trinidad. We have members from all over Trinidad and Tobago. For me in this group, because I'm trying to keep my sport alive, right? So I would have taken the initiative to stand as the president of my association to show that strength, to help that drive going forward to keep my sport alive.
And how could a brotherhood or a group like this keep the youth out of crime and negative vibes? So how could this help to show positivity in the community?
Okay, so I mean, you have to actually be in it to understand it. It's a form of addiction that everybody will attract to, as long as you understand it. Just to hear the dogs chase, just to know that it's your hound out there chasing that animal. The camaraderie again, as I say, right? The fellowship amongst hunters, the team coming together. It's not a one-man thing. We hunt in groups, right? So that's the pleasure we get from it. Yeah.
So that's nice meeting you, man. So good day. We're here with Kid. Tell me a little bit about Top Gun and what you guys bring to the community and why you guys get affiliated with the StPatrick group.
Well, I myself, as a member of StPatrick's, has been a member of StPatrick long before we started Top Guns. But Top Gun of itself is, we started this group, more or less on a conservation kind of way, to show, people of the opinion that hunters is just steak and, that kind of thing. You hear people talking about it, So we started on the whole initiative of, a conservation. When we started Top Guns, our whole plan, to show people that, hey, we ain't just taking from the forest, we giving back. So our main thing, when we hear about Top Guns, our main thing going forward is conservation, where we do planting, we go around putting back fruit trees into the environment. You understand? That's all we are giving back just to the public and to the animals, as you say, because we believe that by doing our own personal survey and stuff, the more feed it have in an area, is more the animals be able to breed. You understand what I'm saying? Take for instance, like people who breed in agoutis and stuff will tell you, if they don't have much feed in an area, agoutis might breed once for the year. Yeah. But once the area have proper feeding, replenishment, proper feeding and stuff, they breed up to 3 times for the year. So we just take that as our thing to try and give back and to encourage, because the whole idea of the thing is that we want to continue this thing in the sense that in terms of the hunt, it's a sport. Some people just do it as a livelihood, when the season open. But for us, it's a sport. A lot of people recognize it as a sport. But one of our drive too is to get them to recognize that, hey, all over the world, hunting is recognized as a sport, and we want that here too. You understand? But at the same time, we want to enable that, hey, 5 years down the road, we're sure that the forest continue having the animals so that the sport could continue, our children could continue hunting.
So how important it is to protect the forest and protect the natural reserve, meaning the animals and the stuff that that instead of it getting depleted, how important it is to not deplete and not to overtake?
It is very important. It's as a matter of fact the most important aspect, because without the animals, the forest will just go that way. The hunt itself, our sport will just die out. And we have to ensure that have animals. This is the most important thing. We have to make sure that, like in terms of when season open, when season close, we try our best to educate people, hey, this is the time not to hunt. Yeah. Not just because season closed, but because this is the time so that the animals could get to breed and, continue going. Because if you're hunting in the closed season and the open season, you're getting the animal chance to breed. Like one way the animal could be depleted. Yeah. The other way is if you don't have food in the forest, So we have to get our balance, we have to get our understanding, and we try to educate people. We have a lot of, like in our group itself, we have junior members.
Yeah, I realize your group have a lot of young people in it. How do you guys keep these young people driving and come in and supporting and do whatever they could do to help the group move forward?
Well, hunting is a sport that if you, as long as you have the mindset for enjoy it, you would want to be a part of it. The training is enjoyed, because when we have our tree planting in the forest and stuff, it's not just adults going. The children just be there. Sometimes you see on the side of the road in the cars, even the babies there. You know what I mean? And we try to educate them and train them who have their own personal dogs, that kind of thing. My son himself have his own little dog home, So you try to motivate them by letting them be a part and talk to them, engage with them that, hey, this is how it had to be. When season closed, we had a not hunt. You had to educate them. So it's not just the adults that are educated. And for those, it have the adults who might think that ain't making sense. So if we can get to them, for the future, we'll try and get to the youths, because they're going to be the hunters in the future. So we have to get to them to get them growing up doing the right thing.
So how StPatrick Group and Top Gun works together? How does it work?
Well, it's one of the things, right? What we try to think is that this whole drive we on about conservation is not just about Top Guns.
So we're here with Steel again, and we had an important question. How does the Top Gun and StPatrick team work together?
Well, in terms of conservation, at the end of the day as hunters, that this same conservation drive is beneficial to all of us. So it's not just, I mean, today this is StPatrick's thing, and we're here to show our support as hunters. But in general, it's not just Top Guns and StPatrick's. We have people from other members of the group here, and this just goes to show we all are there supporting each other, and we have to continue that going down the way. The only way it will work is to have the togetherness, you understand, so we could get the drive to go.
So bringing the whole entire hunting community, whether you're from one group or next, let's having the whole entire on one page, one accord, and a brotherhood moving forward.
Definitely, that's the drive. You know, we can't come like me alone trying to do something. One man alone can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's the same way one group alone can do it.
So these kinds of initiatives kind of bring the message across.
Definitely, we have to come together, and we have to continue the fight, and to win the fight, we have to come together and stand together.
So nice meeting you, Steel, Top Gun. So we just had a quick interview with Steel from Top Gun, and we just moving around, seeing what the guys had to say.
Come on. How old?
7 months.
Straight down and back. See, they're not moving straight. His feet going all over the place. Try and get it at a nice, smooth trot. Okay, straight down and back. How old?
Charger.
You don't know how old he is?
Yep, 9 months.
Straight down and back.
Push.
Do it again. Try and get him to move straight. Go around the ring.
Come closer to the ring with your dog, so by the time this group leaves the arena, you will go get yourself organized. And remember to visit the
Come down, come.
giveaways, take the kids down, even the adults.
So good day, I'm here with, what's the name?
Very, better known as VG.
What's the name of the group?
Lalchan, Big Guns.
Big Gunz. So how Big Gunz get involved with this activity here with StPatrick's today?
We involved with the StPatrick Hunting Association more than 30 years now. Not me, but the higher heads than me. And I involved with them more than about 10 years now. Right? Big Guns come from just as Top Guns from nowhere. But we're on top right now.
Okay. So how important it is to get involved in these kind of community activities?
Well, how to get involved in this is that is where you could put this on where you like. We hunt for sport. Yeah. Yes, and we have after his brother, which was the leader of Big Guns, we have his small brother, which is the El Capitanos right now, Mr. Ravi Mongu.
Mr. Ravi, let me talk a little bit of history of the Big Guns.
Yes, well, we are over here about 30 years. The Big Guns, we started hunting at Edward Street, Maruga. Yes, and my brother Rennie was the leader. I was like the second after he. And after years and work and things, we come down on closer home because when they lost dog to go and thing. So we come down in forest side, forest reserve, Faizabad, and we build a camp and we start to hunt and all them fellas come and join. Then we come and we get involved with StPatrick hunting group. And that's how everything gets formed and fall together.
Well, I realize you have a lot of youths in your camp, a lot of young people. How you guys attract all these young people to the big gun?
Well, in everything we try to involve the youths in it. Everything we do must have the youths involved.
Positive vibes.
Positive vibes. So that's how we have plenty young people. If they're just going in the camp and plant a tree self, they're involved with the big guns.
So it's a way to get them out of the negative activities.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So how many dogs you guys think on average you guys came to the competition?
We covered 5 dogs.
5 dogs?
Yeah.
And what are the type of breeds you all have?
We have Beagle, Foxhound, and the Foxhound is a Hellhound too, so that we covered.
So what do you think is the chances of the group placing in this competition today?
Well, maybe not first, but maybe second.
Yeah. What's your thinking, John?
We have competition.
Well, I say with Foxhounds, I can say a second, if not first. Yeah.
So what is the attraction? What is the job of these dogs on the hunt?
Well, the Foxhound we really run deer. Yeah. And the Beagle we run guppy. Yeah. But we're more deer hunters. Yeah.
Big game. You guys running for the big game.
Big game.
Plenty. We can just have different type of people come in to make hunt. Different groups come in. We'll be hosting different groups. Even StPatrick, we'll be hosting them every time.
Yeah, I realize that each camp have a different vibe, a different set of community and different cooks, what I mean, and different flavors and everything. So I really liking the vibes here today with the entire hunting group. So I just want to congratulate you guys just for coming out and supporting the StPatrick initiative.
All the best.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. May the best dog win.
May the best dog win. Yeah.
I feel like the biggest dog.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay, straight down and back. Around. How old?
5 years. 5 years.
Come on.
Right.
Straight down and back.
The category being judged now is the Beagle male. Next category, Beagle female, so please stand by. Be as close to the ring as possible, so when this group of competitors move out, you'll be ready to get in the ring. Once more. Remember, Beagles female, stand by.
One more time. First, second, third.
Come closer to the ring, so when this match gets out of the ring, we'll head for the ring. Foxhound males, next category, please stand by. Come closer to the ring with your dogs. Don't forget to visit each of the tent. Right, I see the young lady of company, she lonely again, that's good. And don't forget to visit our friend from Tobago with the tent that that's advertising the hunting equipment and so forth, patronizing, he's very reasonably priced. Stand by, you are up next.
Unhook it from this chapter. Right.
Pass it through.
Right. Make a loop right around and pass it through.
Pass it through the loop.
Remember, next category, fox horn, female, please stand by.
So, hi, good day. We're here with Alfonso. Alfonso, tell me a little bit about how come you came out to this StPatrick show today, and tell me a little bit about the dogs you bring to the show.
Well, I came out to StPatrick Hunters Association dog show today because it's quite a number of years I've been attending the show, starting down in Siparia at the clubhouse. But my showing has gone back many years, you know, with the Trinidad Hunters Association since like in the 1980s. But let's just say about 15 to 20 years now I've taken it more at a serious tone. Moving apart from the Hunter show to the all-breed show, such as the Independent Sherman Club, the Trinidad Kennel Club, the Rottweiler Club, the German Shepherd Club. So, in supporting the sport of hounds, hunting, this is one of the events hunters look forward to. So, that is mainly why I'm here today.
So, tell me the different breeds you bring to the show here today.
Okay, so the breeds that I brought out today, Beagles as well as a Harrier cross with an American Cocker. That's what I brought out today.
So they say you have some good bloodlines. How did you acquire these nice bloodlines?
Well, everybody will claim to have good bloodlines, but the Beagles that I use came from the Jackpot Kennel in Atlanta and from the Kingsbury Kennel in California.
So where you get this love for dogs from?
Well, as a little fella, you find in the neighborhood, I and including other fellas will go setting traps, flying traps with slinging shot, looking for birds. We'll be hunting the manicoot.
So I have an important question. So a hunting dog, is it the dog or is it the trainer that helps the dog hunt the animal?
Well, I believe every dog will hunt because if you're eating inside and you throw a bone outside, a dog will find it. Well, there are dogs that were bred for different purposes. However, based on the type of animal you want to hunt, will lead to what type of dogs they will select. You know, and to do this, they will first rely on hard work. A lot of money that was spent by forerunners, you know, and you will seek the best quality. And based on what you like in a hunt, how you study the animal, from person to person, you breed accordingly, you will choose the best. Of course, noting that breeding of dog is also like an experiment that's failed. So sometimes you may not get what you're looking for, and you have to start all over again.
So I just want to thank you for coming out today and supporting the StPatrick's initiative.
It's a pleasure.
Nice meeting you and nice dogs.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, thanks.
You win any category?
Testing.
Remember following instructions. That's fine. Pull back to him out. Pull back to him out. Because you're collapsing the front, right? That's right. Who's next? Come on.
She next.
So good day, we're here with Michael. Michael, tell me a little bit about your association and the initiative your association doing.
Well, we are the head of the association, and which was recognized since the proclamation of hunting. And we maintain assisting all other fraternities, whether it's a group, whether it's association, and so forth, to keep the fraternity going.
So how you guys bringing back the fraternities together, bringing back the entire hunting association of Trinidad, bringing back these guys together as a group?
Right. Lobbying to the forestry division to get together while the season closed to do a lot of conservation work. Because as I say, the first conservator is a hunter. Can't get better. And
they know the grounds, they know the fauna, the flora,
and they know
when things change.
What did they eat, what time of the year, etc., etc. And it's two fraternities that control the hunting, which is the hunters and forestry. And the sooner they get together and come together, a lot of things could be done.
So how important it is for all the groups to just come together, have this brotherhood and conservation and these kind of things?
We have an overwhelming record right now with young hunters. We have an influx of real young, enthusiastic hunters. And it's the young ones that we have to coach and show them the right way to obey the game law. You understand? This is one of our this is one I'm showing you the printing. Obey the law. When you're hunting as a fraternity, you have to obey the law. You understand? And they need a lot of grooming and bringing up in the fraternity so that it go on. We only here for a little while and then it will move on and move on. But they must stay together.
So what is your opinion on what's happening here with StPatrick's and what happened in the ground? You see a lot of people came out, a lot of dogs, a lot of community vibes. How you feel about that?
Correct. Darryl and them excellent. Darryl and them has been doing this for years. And when you see fellas like Darryl and all of them, which is the StPatrick's group, you have to come together with them. You have to come to the fraternity and it's all like a camaraderie, getting people together and meeting and greeting people. And
serious brotherhood, because I see a lot of the groups, most of it, yes, it's a hunting, but it's more about just having the community vibes and the brotherhood and just sharing each other, and being in the same atmosphere. And it's a lot of nice, good, positive energy.
And some of the things going forward to protect all the group is the poaching. That is our big problem, the poachers. And a lot of people, they say, like if you're reporting something, it's a hunter. There's a big difference between a hunter and a poacher.
A poacher taking it anytime, anywhere, when whatever, opportunity.
And because he have a market for it, which is the meat. That is why I personally say, I lobbying to stop the sale of commercial. I didn't say stop the sale of wild meat. Commercial hunting. But that's the outlook. When they hold and they poach, they get money there for sure,
So today there's a beautiful day, seeing all the good initiatives, seeing all the nice dogs and having this camaraderie with fellow hunters.
Right. And when you go to all the Hong Walk show, one of the new categories is the youth handlers. You would see them come just now. They could barely hold the dog, but they did. And that's the next generation.
So you guys just nurturing and bringing this,
bringing
the conservation effort. So that's nice meeting you, Michael. Good one. So that was Michael Lee. We just had a conversation with him about conservation.
If the judge says that the best in show is a female, all the males come out here because we will need to have a best opposite sex. So if all the winners going in, and based on the judge's outcome, the opposite sex will be going in after to see what's going on. Everybody understand that, right? Yes. So don't run away and we have to call, look for you and call on outside here. Right, just hold on a little bit here till the judge comes now.
Alright, kids, 100, right? Get here at the group.
Let me take a picture there with you, man.
That's all. Keep it down again. Hold your head forward. Right, go in here. Okay, go. Stay ready. Come down. Nice. Make a sound with your head. Watch that. Pull it over, dog. Go right. Everyone looking at me. What's your voice say? Come on, don't move, smile, everybody. Smile, don't move.
They will come, yes, when they know them.
Okay, clean up, don't show. Put each other from all that can work. Perfect. Let's give it back. Talk a bit up. positive. It shows that we have some especially Tobago. Especially Tobago. So congratulations to our winner of the best in show, owned by Hunters and Topland. From the camera. Congratulations.
We're here at the end of the show. We're here with Darryl. Darryl, tell me how you find the show run off today.
I think the show was a huge success. The numbers that came out was quite large. We expected it to be somewhat larger, but we understand why it wasn't as large as we expected with the inclement weather over the last few days. I think that we did have an increase in the number of participants, in number of dogs. Last year we had 63, this year we had in excess of 75. I think everyone was quite impressed with the size of trophies, the quality of the trophies, and the prizes that were given out. First place, best in show, and best opposite sex, they got a cash prize in addition as well. And we look forward to having the event next year. Thank God for good weather, health and strength, and for all of those who attended our event.
I was really impressed by the size of the trophies. The trophies was nice. They had really nice prizes today. A lot of the guys, when I move around the hunters and ask them why they're here to support your StPatrick's group. So tell me a little bit how you feel about the guys coming out to support the group.
Well, over the years, we've had a number of groups having hound walks. StPatrick is one of them, albeit hunters are hunters at the end of the day, and they do come out to support a cause related to hunting. What I would like to encourage under the circumstances is that persons who hunt find themselves involved in a registered hunting group. We cannot represent you if you are not part of a hunting group, and that is the only way that we could make proper representation to hunting and matters related to hunting in this country. Please take my advice seriously and join a hunting group. Don't ask what the group could do for you. Ask what you could do for the group, because at the end of the day, if there are measures that challenge hunting in this country, persons expect the hunting organizations to be first in line to champion a cause, but we can only represent you if you are part of a registered group.
How do you feel about the future of StPatrick's moving forward?
StPatrick has been in existence since 1979, and I expect that we will continue to grow going forward. However, it is a challenge for persons to join, because many people ask themselves, like I said earlier, what can the group do for me? You need to belong to a group, share the camaraderie, the fellowship, and the bonding that we are also a part of. To experience a night in a camp or a hunt says it all. It reflects the epitome of hunting, camaraderie, and fellowship.
Well, I was invited to come along for a hunt, and I think I want to take up the StPatrick group on the hunt, and just to see the vibe, just to be part of the group and see what you guys have bringing forward. The whole experience today was new to me and was very good. I mean, the brotherhood and the friendships, and a lot of the people that's had nice and positive things to say. So how you feel about the positive atmosphere you guys bring to the hunters group?
Well, we try. We support other groups support us, and we hope that this positivity could go forward. But before I close, I want to share something with you. Hunting is not about going into the forest and killing all the animals. Hunters are first in line to conserve, because we know that if there is no hunting, we suffer. We do the best that we could to ensure that hunting continues. We try to obey the Conservation of Wildlife Act laws, and we try to deter people from breaking the law in the open season and certainly in the closed season. We hope that those words could resound well with all hunters, and we could protect this sport going
going forward.
So now we're bringing the curtains down here at the StPatrick show. Everything ran well. The show was a really nice show, well put together, and everything ran smooth. So Darryl, that's what I congratulate you.
Thank you, my brother. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, no problem.
Take care.
So that's it. The days are up. So let's see moving forward what the StPatrick group has to bring forward to Trinidad and Tobago. These guys doing a really good job. They have a lot of positive vibes on the bringing together all the hunters and the hunters group in fun activities like the dog walk today. We're out.